That again, though?
I mean, all praises to Allah, but we never worried about getting caught by the local or state authorities. Our fear was always federal conspiracy case, not even really a possession case. You weren't going to catch us with it. If the local cops can catch you, you're not very good, because the only people the local cops catch are people who are advertising they're doing wrong. But you got to understand at the level Pop and them was playing at, they wake up in the morning thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They go to bed at night thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They spend all afternoon rehearsing and going over how to get away with their hustle. It's not a hobby.
For example, tell us that story real quick about when you would, sometimes the heroin would come into Windsor, or to Ontario, and he had those girls and he trained them. That was pretty.
Well, sometimes the mules would, the Pakistanis was based out of Mississauga, which is like right outside of Toronto. It's a big Pakistani population up there. Right, so if you know that in 3 weeks, you're going to have one of the girls, one of the women bring back the bag from Canada, right? Maybe Muhammad and them people come down to Windsor, so it'll be a short, so you don't have to, the girls ain't got to drive all the way from Mississauga, about 3.5 hours. Anyway, but so 2 weeks prior to that, they're going to go to the Windsor Casino every day at the same time.
So this is planning on your father's part.
Same time.
And why is that?
Because when they actually are hot and the car is hot, you want it almost to be second nature to them. You also want their faces to be very familiar with all the custom agents.
And to have a record, oh, these girls been over
They come and
11 times in the last 19 days.
And all of it is being noted, right? So even when where were you at? Windsor Casino, what'd you do? Lost $50. Did you see anybody knowing they've answered the standard questions, and like anything, it becomes muscle memory. Because ain't nobody trying to get nobody jammed up.
So 3 weeks out of the load coming in, you invest the time, because these girls are getting paid for all this time.
Handsomely.
You know, they're getting training time. And so by the time they crossed over, there was no.
It was already right. It was second nature.
And another really interesting thing that was indicative of a higher degree of sophistication is when, and we'll get into the full story in the doc, but let's just say there was a robbery, and talk about how the sketch artist and.
Yeah, we had a artist named Lily. Actually,
Someone did something bad to you guys.
Someone did something bad, and Pop had one of the people who were there when the bad thing happened sit down with this artist he knew, and just gave him had the gentleman give the description to Lily. God rest her soul. She's a very talented artist. You ever get to see some of Lily's artwork?
I have not.
But anyway, and she was able to sketch a very nice and accurate photo from the description of one person of who one of the assailants was. And that took that sketch, showed the picture to a few different people. Within 3 weeks, we were able to identify who they was, who they was associated with.
And of course, you didn't do anything about it, but it's very interesting. Very interesting to know. But that's indicative of a much greater degree of sophistication.
They call it organized crime. Organization.
That's what that means?
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Not random crime.
So
not spontaneous crime.
What are we doing? What are we working on? I'm about to upload this. Where we at? What's this doc?
We in the Marriott. We're out in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Getting ready, got some team members coming in. Shout out to the homie Cavario. Beyond Street Dreams, we're trying to give the ladies and gentlemen of planet Earth some real insights to this whole saga that kind of is represented by Pops and the family and the whole transition of 30 years in the streets. A lot of L's, a lot of W's, And what it looks back now that you've been out the streets for 2 decades, and we can.
And you're some of the few got legal business still doing well.
Our lifestyle is not changed. Lifestyle ain't changed.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
But I ain't got to carry out knots no more. You just hand them the platinum and keep it moving.
All right, and we're going to see Cavario in a little while.
But all praises to God. All praises to Allah.
Beyond Street Dreams.
We were fortunate. Beyond Street Dreams. Holla at you, man.